So we had a little whoopsie this week, and I wanted to tell you guys about it just so that maybe it would save you some trouble if you're thinking about building a house or a barn dominium. When we went to the drafter with our plans, we never really gave much thought to our return AC vent. We always thought it was just going to go in the ceiling in the hallway because that's just where we thought it was going to go. That's where we thought the best place for it would be. Well, we had the AC guy come out a couple weeks ago, and he said that he really does not recommend putting them in the ceiling. He said you could, but he just didn't recommend it. He liked them when they were on the ground. They were more efficient when they were on the ground, basically. Which some people might say that's not true, but that's just what our AC guy said. So when you're going to the drafter or you're getting your plans written up, make sure that you know exactly where your return vent's going to be, especially if you're building a small house like ours, because the problem became much bigger than just that. Because when we started looking, because the house is so small, there was nowhere to put it. There was nowhere to bump it in. So I had a spot at the end of the hallway that I had pushed into the bedrooms a little ways for some shelves. My plan was to put a bottom shelf there with doors so I could hide some stuff, and then some top shelves that I could display some stuff. Because this house is small, I need all the storage I can get. So that was the plan. Well, when the AC guy came and said, we've got to, I'd really like to find a place somewhere on the floor to put the box and the return unit, we looked and looked, and that was one place that we thought, well, we could just do it there. However, if we would have just stuck it there and boxed that up, the trim, because our doors were at the very end of that hallway, the trim would have looked funny on one side of the door. There wouldn't have been room. So that was one thing. The other thing was it took all of my shelves would have been gone. I would not have had that option. So me and Lance decided to bump the wall back into the bedrooms further so that I would lose the bottom cabinet that I'd planned on putting at the end of the hallway, but I could still put shelves for displaying things above. So the vent would be at the bottom under the shelves, and I could have had shelves up above. So we were like, okay, Lance will bump the wall back. Well, the bigger problem came when the electrical guy said, hey, I'm going to be there on Friday, and I had a whole list of things to tell him, but that one wasn't one of them. Me and Lance both forgot to mention that to him, that, hey, we've got to get that wall bumped out first. So he came, his whole crew came, they ran wires, they put up boxes, and when we came to look at it Friday afternoon, me and Lance were both like, oh my, we've got to move this wall back. So the wires were already run. So we had to take the boxes, they had to take the boxes off, they had to pull wires out of the wall, and then Saturday Lance had to spend all day building that wall back into the bedrooms so that we could put that return vent to go up into the ceiling and out, because we're on a slab. So because we didn't have the forethought to be like, where is the vent going? What could be the options? It could go in the ceiling, but if it can't go in the ceiling, where else could it go? Let's make a spot. While we were doing our plans, and the house is so small, it's so tight, we really didn't have a lot of options. So that's going to cost us more money. So just be mindful when you're having a drafter do your plans. Think about, do you want the AC in the return in the ceiling? Do you want it there? My guy doesn't recommend it. Your guy might say, hey, it's fine. But maybe have a second option. Just have a place, a central location for that, because now they had to rip all that out. Now they got to put it all back Monday, and that's just going to cost us more money. So being your own general contractor can save you a lot of money, but if you don't know what needs to go before something else, like the order that things need to go, it can cost you a lot of money. Just like, you know, the AC's got to be put all in the ceiling because all of our stuff's up because we have a slab. All that stuff has to be done before the insulation. There's just things that have to be done before other things can be done. So just, you know, make sure that you know what needs to be done before the correct order, just to save yourself some money, because you don't want to do something and then somebody come back and say, well, we've got to take this out because we've got to do something else. So that's just a little tip. It'll cost us some more money. It's totally our fault, and we will gladly pay it. Our electrician is super wonderful and he'll be fine with it, but we will have to pay some more money to get him to redo all that, which it wasn't a lot, but every little bit counts, I guess. But I'm going to take you guys in today and just kind of show you around the electrical work that they have done so far, and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as that return vent goes. And I just hope that this video will help somebody else who's thinking about building to just be mindful and be thinking about those things, as simple as a AC return unit. We got lots of wires hanging everywhere. And I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about here. As you can see, really not a lot of room. It's pretty tight. This is the bathroom, so there was nowhere to bump it in there. Since we decided to do the gas tankless hot water heater, they thought about bumping it here, but then we couldn't do that because of that. And here's the 2 bedrooms, and this was what was, I wanted to put shelves here, and then at the bottom I wanted to put a closed-in cabinet just for some extra storage. But now I will be able to do some shelves up above here, but the return unit will be here at the very end of the hallway. And so we had to bump this wall. Right, we had to bump all this back. So the return box will go there, and then it'll go up through the roof up there. And all of these wires were all ran through all of this. It was ran all through there and around, and there were electrical boxes down here. They all had to be torn off. So, and it took a little bit more space out of the bedroom, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. That's what it'll look like now. But just, yeah. Definitely something to think about when you are about to go to the drafter. So I've got quite a bit of the electrical work done. A lot of stuff ran, so. Got some can lights up. You know what he told me was that I thought was very interesting? My bathtub's gonna go here, and I want a hanging light above that bathtub. He said he'll have to put a dummy, y'all don't tell nobody, he'll have to put a dummy light up there because codes won't let him put a hanging light above the bathtub, because you could potentially stand in the bathtub with water and grab hold of the light. I don't know, and maybe electrocute yourself. I have no idea. But he's got to put a dummy light up there, he said, to get codes to pass. And then he'll come back in and put a light that I want there. But I just thought that was pretty funny. Y'all's codes might not be the same as here in Tennessee. They're pretty strict. Oh, and look, I got one of my lights out. Do y'all love that? I got 2 of them. They're awesome. I can't wait. They are like so heavy. Cannot wait to see them. They are like super heavy. Cannot wait to see those up. I got 2 of them. My island's gonna be kind of small. I think it's a 5x4 or something like that. I tried to tape it out for the electricians, but yeah, got 2 of those. Super excited about that. So moral of the story, make sure you know where the AC vent's going and make sure all your walls are correct before the electrician comes. Have a good day.